Alright, I just wanted to do a little catch up and touch base with Siena, my daughter, after the Unbound 200 and talk about her equipment choices and exactly how the race went and the whole thing. So how did it go?
It went good. It was hard from the start, there was no ease into it. We have to race 200 miles. We just went straight from the gun. There was multiple crashes that I got caught behind. It was just total chaos. And just having to do attack after attack to catch back onto the lead group. I stayed with the lead group till mile 45.5, and then they dropped me. A girl crashed out in front of me going into Divide Road, and that just totally split me off from the lead group, and that was kind of where, I got to be all alone out there, and then I was pretty much alone from mile 45 to mile 130, and that was definitely the darkest times I had out there, just pushing solo. And then I ended up getting with another group around to mile 130. We worked together and the group kind of started splintering, but it was going pretty well. And then, in the end, I ended up feeling even better towards the end of the race. From mile 130 to mile 200, I felt the best. And so I was able to beat out all those girls who I was with in the end, and I was happy with that, so yeah.
And you won a sprint.
Yeah, and I won a sprint. I caught this girl on the very last hill. There's one road climb hill right at the end, literally half a mile from the finish. And I caught her there, and we went into the finish chute together. And yeah, I was able to beat her in the sprint, which was really awesome for me.
I heard there was a little bit of some weird tactics by some of the girls that were actually drafting off the men, and that wasn't allowed. And you actually got footage of girls drafting off the men for long periods of time, huge groups, which totally would change the complete dynamic of the race, if you were doing that. And really should be DQ'd. Did you hear anybody get relegated or?
I didn't hear anything about people getting in trouble. I didn't see anybody get misplaced or change their position. It does say that you're not allowed to tell them, so they have to see it on their own. And I did see girls drafting off the men pretty much all day long from once the amateur men started passing. Once the amateur men started passing, I just saw girls hopping on, and it just seemed like they didn't even care about the rules. And we had to sign a contract that said we wouldn't do that, but some girls just didn't seem to care. They were just racing at all costs.
So now go into a little bit about your equipment choices for the race.
Yeah.
So you're sponsored by Mondraker, and this is the brand new Mondraker gravel bike. I know you're running the new kind of tires, and could break it down a little bit.
So I'm running the Mondraker Arid RRSL, which is the bike I choose. I ride a medium large, and the best part about this bike is the 3 frame bags that I was actually able to use during the race. So this is exactly what I used for a race. In my first frame bag, I carried a tool, a CO2 head, some spare batteries just in case, because you never know if your shifter batteries die and then you're just kind of stranded out there.
Yeah.
And then my second bag, I had, it went far down there. I might not be able to get it out right now. I had a tube up in this bag. So this is my tube just in case. I brought this with me in case anything happened.
Wow, we should have put a PVC in there, but you just went hard in. Did you have a PVC, or is that actually
just a regular tube?
A regular brutal tube. Next time I'll give you a tube.
I just went for it, whatever I had.
There you go. And then what gearing were you running?
Yeah, so I actually changed my gearing kind of last minute. So when I left here and you worked on my bike, I left here with the 40 tooth chainring, but I ended up going to the bike shop and getting the 44th tooth. So I was running a 44 with a 1046, and this is the 13 speed SRAM red.
Yeah, super nice group set.
Yeah,
for sure.
Super cool. And then I ran the Crusher 45s front and rear, the Kenda Crusher 45s. I didn't have a problem with these at all.
These are their newest tire, right?
Yeah, this
their
is their
newest gravel tire. 45, really neat, semi-slick. It's got the coffee sidewall, which is the coffee casing, which actually has proven to be a little bit faster than the regular SCT casing.
Yeah, and then I ran the Envy G23 wheels, which is kind of their endurance gravel wheels. They have some more aero wheels as well, but I ran the G23. And then I just wanted to show you this third frame bag here. This is everything I carried. I did a second CO2 and a tire lever just in case. So I was really prepared for anything. I also carried a pump Like, I was prepared.
Just you didn't want to be
I did
stranded
not
out
wanna be
there in the
stranded out
middle of
there.
nowhere, and you know, after, so it ended up taking you about what, 12 hours? 12 hours and 1 minute, and your goal was 12 hours.
My goal was 12 hours. I kind of figured it would take about 12 hours, so I was pretty happy with that.
And actually 12 hours is faster than the winning time on that course previously. And
in 2021, the winning time was 12 hours and 6 minutes. So
on the same course.
Same course.
Was the condition similar?
It seemed to be pretty dry, yeah.
Pretty
but
dry,
I think the level is just getting harder and harder, and the way they start the race, just constant attacks, even though they know they have to race for 200 miles, is just very different.
You actually beat one of the girls that had won Unbound previously, so yeah, I think the level is just, you know, you got all those World Cup, you know, road and mountain bike girls, like that combination into gravel, and gravel's kind of starting to get a little bit older now, so you're starting to get a lot more depth in the fields. And it, I mean, it's basically Unbound's the biggest gravel race in the world. Yeah,
it had about 5,000 participants. The elite women's field was about 100 racers. A lot of them unfortunately crashed out or had mechanical issues. It's just like when you're racing that long, you kind of have to be prepared for everything. I was almost caught in multiple crashes, and like, it's just very dangerous. The whole thing was dangerous.
44th?
44th.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud, Dad. Awesome. Great to catch up with you.
Thank you.
You want to say anything about your nutrition? Or
I ran flow formulas. I did 8 scoops in 3 packs. I did 3 separate packs with 8 scoops of mix in each pack, and then I ran gel flasks for the rest of my nutrition. And I did about 120 grams of carbs an hour for 12 hours, and I did about 850 milligrams of sodium an hour.
Did you do any ketones?
I did ketones prior to the race, and I did, so 1 serving prior to the race, and I'm using kinetic ketones, and then I did 1 serving at mile 130, and then I did a ketone beverage after the race for recovery. Oh,
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, great catching up with you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy it. All right, bye. So what's next for you, Siena, after Unbound 200? What do you have on the agenda?
Well, I'm going to do BWR Montana, but then I'm going to Leadville Stage Race in Leadville, and I'm racing this bike, so I'm really excited about that.
Podium RRSL Custom. Actually, it was my bike, but I was nice enough to let her borrow it.
I'm really excited. It's going to be really fast and really fun.
All right.